Alrighty, welcome back. We are on episode number 50. We are at the Emulator Project in Junktown slums. Um, Last we spoke to Henrietta Russo, and I was going to reload and do the conversation again, but I don't think it's going to be necessary, so we're going to continue from where we left off before.
Russo turns from her observations to face you.
Well, do you want to join our project? The fate of the world might well depend on it, and that's not an exaggeration.
Russo raises an eyebrow.
Yeah? Let's cut to the chase.
Henrietta gestures for you to come over. She stops near the control panel to examine a massive construction hanging from the ceiling of the main hall. She fixes you with her gaze.
Long story short, in 1976, the incident started in Nashville. Maelstrom broke free of the excavation zone, destroyed the spire, and killed a lot of people. And those who weren't killed outright had their brains fried into non-existence. If that was an experiment, I'd call it a total fail.
Russo raises her head to study the green lights high up under the complex's ceiling with acute fascination.
Everybody was in a panic all that year, waiting every day for the end of the world. But Nakamura was able to overcome the disturbances and evacuated the bigger part of the survivors here. She offered autonomy to anyone who wanted it, those from Phalanx and Carmine Heights, and decided that something must be done about Maelstrom in the center of the dome. Thus, the emulator was born.
So she missed White Swan there.
Henrietta clasps her hands behind her back and walks around the room.
Things went quite well over the next 2 years. Maelstrom showed no activity, and all the trials were right on schedule. But several months ago, our sensors detected that Maelstrom had begun to grow, to become stronger. From my own calculations, I realized we needed the help of all those different people. Someone needs to search for relics for the emulator, and help with the coding. Otherwise, the Nashville megalo anomaly will overtake us. It will be too late.
The White clenches her teeth and shakes her head. It's the first time you've ever seen her this serious.
That's why they're here. Spencer, Abbott and his nutty buddy Santiago, and of course Karma. Our relationship with her has been sour since day one. Kimiko sacrificed a lot for them to be here, and I only lost control over the project. You know I would shove my ambitions and call it a day, if that was of any use to the emulator, but...
She points downwards. From the edge of the balcony, you can see a mishmash of burnt wires and the melted remains of some relic.
Now it's all gone to hell. The price has already been paid, but there were no results. The trials were unsuccessful. That's why I need help. And that's why I believe you're twice as valuable an employee.
Russo sinks into the chair.
Told you! Welcome aboard. I forgot to add that this Titanic is barely staying afloat, and there's another iceberg dead ahead. But we can still sail through, if we really do give it our best.
Henrietta is sitting behind the console, visibly tired. She's taken her shoes off, and you can see bright green socks peeping out from the edge of the console.
I am a bit short of breath from that pretentious speech, but hopefully you can understand we have the same goals now. And it's time for us to discuss the details. Shall we?
She waits for you to agree. Russo glances under the console.
What about them? They're green, they're cool, they create a mood. Right now, I'm in the mood to talk about business. So let's talk. Great. Let's begin.
Henrietta opens her notebook. She runs her eye rapidly over the lines.
Past trials were unsuccessful. That's why it's so important to do everything right, and get the system ready for the new trials and a test run as soon as possible. Let's see what we have on that list.
Biting her lip, Russo checks her notepad.
Let's start with the driver. It's not installed. Karma Ishtwani is responsible for it. Her door is next to mine, by the way. Find out what's going on. Next, our transcriptor got fried during the recent trials. The new one is supposed to arrive via Phalanx caravan, but nothing's come yet. Go poke Don Spencer. He must know something about it. Spencer usually hangs out with his caravan buddies in the market square.
She makes a note in her notebook.
Yes, you should also talk to those nutty church people. Santiago, he usually preaches near the city entrance. Promised me a special version of the teleglasses to connect to the emulator. And what do you suppose he's given me so far? Nothing. I still haven't seen those damn glasses.
The white seems to be losing her temper a little bit at a time. She rubs her forehead tiredly and sets her notebook aside.
Everything isn't going smoothly for us either. Since the tests, the system's power supply hasn't been restored. Talk to Technician Clayton Montgomery on Magellan's reactor level. I almost forgot. The emulator needs anomaly essence to work. This essence can be found in various parts of the dome, but we don't have a lot of time. Do you know about the picnic neutral zone? Well, that place in the swamps is full of anomalies. Talk to the people out there. They'll have essence for sure.
Henrietta grows absent, perhaps reviewing what she said in case she's forgotten anything important. Russo looks at you.
So, this is what we're going to do. I'm staying here to prepare the trial program and make sure no one fiddles with the emulator. You handle everything else. Better start with Magellan. I have a feeling they've got some hidden agenda, okay?
Okay. So we got inundated with updates. Now we have a plethora of quests to deal with.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
So we have to go to Magellan Station.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
Phase 1 in process. Phase 3. Waiting.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Mild psychic irritation, huh? Alright.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Personal teleporter, huh?
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Alright. So this looks familiar, huh? Familiar setup. Alright.
Russo is comparing the readings with the data in her notebook.
Any news? We need to prepare this thing for the new trials as soon as possible.
Russo squints at you skeptically.
Don't you remember? Without diving into the details, we're building a new version of the emulator. Ideally, it would be enough to visit the parties involved and collect everything we need. Spencer, the transcriptor. Karma, the drivers. Santiago, the teleglasses. Melville, the anomalous essence. And before we put it all together and run it, we need to make sure the power cable from Magellan doesn't burn out like last time. All these tasks are recorded in your Kairos. That's just in case you didn't know.
Russo taps the handheld screen with her fingernail. Karma stops typing and pushes back from the table. She looks at you in silent anticipation. The keyboard noises stop.
Karma Ishtwani. Nice to meet you.
She says indifferently. The white offers you her hand, but retracts it the moment your fingers touch. Hers are as cold as her dead eyes. The keys begin their interminable clicking again. The clicking stops, and Ishtwani grabs your sleeve.
I will ask you a few questions and then you are free to go.
She looks at your badge, apparently recognizing your name and rank.
Are you connected to other project participants somehow? Any intimate relationships? Friendship? Family?
Have we? Really? Who have we dated? Just making this up?
Karma throws you a cursory glance, as if performing a scan.
Interesting.
Ishtwani's grip slackens slightly, but her fingers are still wrapped around your wrist like a handcuff.
What were your goals in joining the project?
She asks. Ishtwani narrows her eyes, confused.
Could you explain, please?
Karma listens to you with an utterly disdainful look. Seems she believes not one word of your story.
What you told me completely contradicts sound science. You must understand that much. So you're either mad or a very confident liar. Or, the least likely option, you're telling the truth. Interesting.
Ishtwani waxes pensive, but still keeps a tight hold on your wrist. The white releases your hand.
I appreciate your answers. You may leave. You're distracting me from my work.
Karma stops typing and pushes back from the table. She looks at you in silent anticipation. Still silent, Karma returns to her computer and resumes tapping away on the keyboard.
The absence of an answer is itself an answer, meaning either no or that I am still thinking about it.
Ishtwani speaks through clenched teeth. She does not pause in her typing. She steps away from the table and crosses her arms to rest her hands on their opposite shoulders.
You pressuring me won't make the driver appear any sooner, but you can contribute to the common cause. Are you ready to hear how? Then listen. I won't repeat myself.
Ishtwani plucks the kairos from your pocket without asking and begins clicking away.
I'm uploading the coordinates of the science and engineering team camp. Maelstrom activity in that area is relatively high, but it is still safe. 4 scientists are taking readings on that activity and using the data to build an updated driver.
Karma stops typing and pushes back from the table. She looks at you in silent anticipation. The white is nervously clicking the computer's buttons.
I gave you the coordinates of the camp, didn't I? Go there, explain the situation, and get the driver.
Russo is comparing the readings with the data in her notebook.
Any news? We need to prepare this thing for the new trials as soon as possible.
Attention, attention. Please handle this carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Alright, time to pickpocket. Wonder if we can get in here.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
What?
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Okay, so we took a reputation hit there. So I guess this is an alternate way of getting the coordinates. Interesting. Alright.
Robbed again. What kind of...
So no matter what I do, spare. I can't pickpocket her. I can't get in there. I can't get into the safe. I doubt I can pickpocket her.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
Alright. Guess we're gonna leave this zone because it's annoying. Alright, so yeah, we've got a lot of things we can do now, huh?
Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Don't suppose I can do anything with that either. I'll try it though.
Where'd you come from?
Man, Sparrow's pissing me off.
My dearly beloved people of the Dome, brothers and sisters, pause and listen.
Seeing you, Santiago's smile broadens.
How did you like the sermon? It was well worth your time, right?
The Reverend continues to smile, but his eyes are moving behind the black glasses. Santiago is examining you closely. He pulls a massive pair of teleglasses wrapped in wires from his pocket.
I watched you during the sermon. I'm not surprised that Henrietta chose you. Her instinct for people with potential has always amazed me.
Santiago hands you the device.
Here, say hello to Henrietta for me. My dearly beloved people of...
Seeing you, Santiago's smile broadens.
How did you like the sermon? It was well worth your time, right? My dearly beloved people of the Dome, brothers and sisters, pause and listen.
Okay.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
Russo is comparing the readings with the data in her notebook.
Any news? We need to prepare this thing for the new trials as soon as possible.
The White sets the device on the table.
Here's something funny. I gave the latest version of these to our engineers. They took it apart and told me the technology can't be replicated at this point. The circuit board customizations are completely foreign to them. We have no idea what makes them tick. That means we'll need to perform our sun dance for the abbot. Round and round.
She adds. Russo squints at you skeptically.
Don't you remember? Without diving into the details, we're building a new version of the emulator. Ideally, it would be enough to visit the parties involved and collect everything we need. Spencer, the transcriptor. Karma, the drivers. Santiago, the teleglasses. Melville, the anomalous essence. And before we put it all together and run it, we need to make sure the power cable from Magellan doesn't burn out like last time. All these tasks are recorded in your Kairos. That's just in case you didn't know.
Russo taps the handheld screen with her fingernail.
Your life will be forfeit.
So, was it good enough or not? Hmm.
work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
All right.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage,
Well, I guess we'll go to the picnic zone. Go ahead and check that out. Actually, we need to talk to the this guy here.
My dearly beloved people of...
I wonder if she ever came back. I wonder what happened to the lady that was sitting in that chair. There's the guy we need to talk to. Spencer fella.
The caravan didn't make it.
He says shortly and puffs out a plume of smoke.
It's lost.
Spencer peers at you through a piece of ice melting in his glass. The silver takes a long pull at his drink and shrugs.
Gone astray. Plundered.
Don takes a drag on his cigarette.
Fops. Who else?
He shows you a map of the dome on his communicator screen. Somewhere to the northeast, a tiny triangle is shimmering faintly.
Last time they were in touch, it was somewhere around here. And that was it.
Spencer puts the communicator away. He steps over to the window, his cigar shedding thick chunks of ash on the floor.
I'll send you the coordinates. Go check it out.
Okay. All right. Where's our car at? Oh, there it is.
Come on in.
wonder if 3 days have passed.
Oh, yes. It smells like civilization. And coffee.
Coffee and civilization. Alright, let's see if 3 days have passed.
Welcome back. Later.
Well, what was the whole purpose of that? Well, I certainly expected more than that, honestly. Oh well.
Audrey puts down the cup.
You seem to like it here. By the way, merchants often come through. You can sometimes get cheap stuff from them. Well, or from me. I also trade.
Audrey listens carefully to your story about the emulator.
Well, you helped the picnic, and now the picnic will help you. I'm sure that's the way it should work. Now.
The Blue rummages through her pockets. The Blue takes a small, soft bundle out of her pocket.
Here, take it. This is enough to keep the emulator functioning for a couple of years. Need anything else?
Melville leaves the mug and takes out a key.
Let me open the workshop and I'll show you what I've got.
Cloaking device. Stealth field ability is required. Huh. Stealth field, huh? So I had already cleared out the swamp. I wonder what kind of dialogue you missed there because of that. Right. Nice bit of XP. I got a recipe for something. I forgot what it was. I think it was this, but I'm not sure. Okay, so I guess we'll go back to Junktown. Trading post, huh? Brother Jeremy. Brother Rudolph, Alexander, Hubert, Couple Putty, etc. Sister Ruth Hampstead. Your personal box. Interesting.
I'm all ears.
It's interesting they let you go all the way up there and there's nothing there. Oh, look at the snake. Look at the snake! It disappeared. Oh man. I couldn't target it either. Give me some fresh snake. Oh, I'm beginning to think there's nothing here. Alright.
Hello.
Protein balls? I wonder if Sparrow's gonna freak out or not. Will Sparrow freak out? Let's go this way. You guys come here. Alright. You didn't freak out.
Rob, again. What kind of folks would do this?
Get some protein balls. Get some salt. Tahina meat. Rat footses. Gonna be able to get it all. Nice. Oh, it wouldn't let me move.
Damn, can't believe it.
Well,
I'm surrounded by thieves.
Surrounded by the thieves. It's a shame. Now I wonder if they're going to be aggressive, or if it's going to be... I can talk my way out of this or not.
What do you need?
Okay. So I need to store all my junk. I might be able to get some XP out of this.
Well? Get out.
I don't like you. I hope we won't see you
What do you need?
again. Scram!
Alright, so we managed to get some XP out of that. And we didn't lose any reputation. Of course, now I gotta get all my shit back. It's the shitty part of doing this. Sell that off. You know, next time we want to verify that they actually take all the gear when you get caught, because that's a pain in the ass to do every time I have to put shit up. We gained reputation for some reason. Okay, how about that? She likes that I know how to cook, and I leveled up. Alright. Got a new perk. Alright, what perk are we going to go after now? Let's see. No? Maybe? That might be it. That could be it too. I really wonder if that will apply to me too. It doesn't say it, but it makes no sense that it wouldn't. Huh. So that would make the deafness, guts, and muscle go up by 1. But then I wouldn't be able to pick up the other perks that require those to be less than 1. So let's start picking up those so I can eventually get that. 20 evasion. Let's go with tech and science, or yeah, we can go with tech and science one. That's muscle less than 2. Let's take that. 45 science and tech. Okay, so what do we have now, huh? Oh, that means I might be able to upgrade my weapons now a little bit more too. Alright. Some more XP. Hmm. Alright. Alright, so several abilities there. Alright. 49. Hmm. Alright. We'll save the points again, because there's really no point in doing anything with them. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and end this episode here. We'll pick up the next episode heading back to heading back to where? Junktown slums. Alright guys, later.